What's up, everybody? Welcome back.
pdExes.
Episode 13.
Ooh, lucky number 13.
Yeah. Oh, this just came to mind.
Oh, Jesus.
No. We need to get rid of the stigma that black cats are unlucky.
Oh, no,
You know
heard
what I
about
mean?
this. Yeah, of course.
Black cats are like, I don't know, it used to be a thing with witches or whatever. And like, fuck that, man. Black cats are not unlucky. They're very nice. It's just weird that like this can just start as a thing where they're like,
Well, anything superstitious, right? You can make anything superstitious. Same thing with white lighters.
Number 13. White lighters.
Yeah.
Really?
They say that it's bad luck to smoke weed with a white lighter because if I'm not mistaken, dear God, it's hard because I want to share things on the podcast, but then I also am like, I should probably Google this first because I don't want people to be like,
bitch is talking about astrology and all this shit.
I do actually know about that. Okay. That is fact checked. Okay. But they said a lot of celebrities died with white lighters in their hands. So they're unlucky. So that's why you're not supposed to smoke weed with a white lighter.
I guess. I don't know. I mean, baseball players don't wash their underpants, you know.
That's not always
that's
fucking
true.
That is not always true.
When I played baseball, they be doing the hat like this and all this stupid shit. They are very superstitious. Baseball players.
They say they're the most superstitious when they go up to bat. You know, they got all the little.
The Doctor Strange.
You know, and then they're ready for the. Very superstitious.
Yeah.
My other thing, 13, is I don't know if this is true or not. Again, we could just be Googling all of this, but we might as well just have a conversation with everyone.
I'm not going to Google shit. I got a podcast.
Yeah, we have a podcast now.
You can Google it for us and let us know. And then we can have a corrections corner.
Is it true that some hotels and apartments don't have a 13th floor?
Yeah. Okay, so they actually have a 13th floor. So they exist, but they don't number it. So when you go to an elevator, you won't see a 13.
Ever?
No. Well, every so often you'll see one that has a 13th floor. There's another one too. There's another unlucky number. But yeah.
69.
So like you'll be on floor 14 and it's technically the 13th floor, but people find it very unlucky. Our aunt, she didn't move into an apartment because the number was like 6666 or no, 666 something. And she refused. It was like a really good apartment. She like refused to live in it. And I'm like, so stupid. Oh my God.
I know. I was going to say, I want to make a really shitty joke about our mom's side of the family, but you know.
Yeah, they'd have to like be in our lives.
Yes, they'd actually have to be in our lives to know that we have a podcast in order to get roasted by the podcast.
That's also true. Unless you've been listening. Hey, call me. Oh my God, how have you been? But yeah, I think it's weird that we'll have these superstitions because superstition stuff is just like a guilt trip from the past. You know what I mean? It's
or
just
anxiety.
like your grandma told you not to do some dumb shit. Now you got to do that forever. Or like now you guys won like 4 baseball games in a row. So now you're not going to wash your jock strap.
You know what it used to be in high school?
What?
They would say that when we had a winning streak in volleyball, they're like, oh, you can't shave your legs. Don't shave your legs. And I was like, yeah.
It's that shit though, because then you'll lose and they'll be like, all right, let's do a leg check, bitch. Oh, your legs are shaved.
Actually, that's so funny because now that I think about it, there's so many different superstitions. When I worked at a makeup store, when we did like inventory and receiving, the girls would always say that you're not supposed to wash your hair. So I didn't really realize, I don't really realize. Now this is another learning moment. Do you know what dry shampoo is?
Yeah.
Dry shampoo is the powdery stuff that goes in your hair.
Actually, I don't. Okay. My envision of dry shampoo is you like taking like a bottle of baby powder and then you go like this and then you go like,
like a Pantene commercial where
and then that's it. That's my idea of what a dry shampoo is. I have no idea what it is.
Not far off.
Okay.
Not far off. Dry shampoo. Well, different classifications. You can use dry shampoo and just like a little spritz. Dry shampoo is for gross girls who don't like to wash their hair because it's not good for you to wash your hair all the time.
Yeah.
Dry shampoo is a little spritz. It really is, depending on what it is, baby powder, whatever. It's just
soaking up the oils?
It helps absorb the oil, yes. So I had a girl in high school when I was a freshman. She would just use baby powder and her hair was blonde, so you could never tell.
What?
But it's just absorbing the excess oil. So it's giving you it's stretching out your hair wash.
Okay, that's fair. It's like when I have to do the powder my dough, my balls. You know what I mean? I don't know if girls have this, but I get really bad chafing. Do you ever get chafing? It's not a ball thing. It's just when your legs rub together.
I
you
have
ever
some
had
friends
this?
that'll have like chafing between their legs.
Yeah. So
but
that's usually
not-
what happens. So one of my friends at Coachella one year, I guess he like made their group leave because he chafed so bad. Because what happens is, your legs get wet.
Someone called it
and
chub rub.
Yeah, chub rub. And your legs rub together and then it gets really painful.
Sounds like he was in a G-string and should have wore boxer briefs.
No, not boxer briefs. You need compression shorts. Okay, if you're planning on going to a festival, you need compression shorts. But see, also with compression shorts, they do make everything a little bit more wet. You know what I mean? But the compression shorts kind of
any of this
no.
conversation.
This is what you have to do. I've gone to many music festivals, and you have to wear compression shorts because the fabric will keep your legs from. See how I did that, or it's not rubbing. That keeps your legs from rubbing together, and it saves your legs. But you have to just like try out different brands.
Mm-hmm.
So like I used to do Under Armour, but Under Armour hasn't really made good underwear in a while. It's just like really
Shame on
tough.
them.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, but yeah. And now I'm using Pair of Thieves.
Yeah.
Those are pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the underwear. The compression shorts are kind of like polyestery,
Mm-hmm.
like almost like plasticky, stretchy plastic. Because I feel like those don't get as wet. Because if you're wearing like a cotton,
Wow.
bitch, you're
to get technical as if that's not my realm of area of expertise.
in my
You need
experience.
you need a sweat wicking fabric and not something cotton that's going to just hold all the moisture.
Because
need
once
something
you
sweat-wicking.
start getting the wetness down there and you
Correct.
start getting the rub, it's just downhill from there.
Yikes.
Yeah. And if you have a dick and balls, it just overcomplicates
I
things.
just feel like the video of this is going to be really uncomfortable because I've just been like wincing in pain since you started talking about all of this.
Yeah, but don't your lips rub together ever? Do you ever get puss rub? You know what I mean? I could envision that. No.
Two of my Legree instructors ran.
What the fuck is a Legree?
Legree is Pilates on steroids. Don't get hyped up about it. Two of my friends ran a virtual marathon where you just run the distance and they didn't wear undies. And the front seam of the legging rubbed up between the little flaps, the little lippies. Yeah, that was pretty bad. They said that they were pretty uncomfortable. But the whole time they're posting these Instagram stories and they're running and they're like, my lips, I'm chafing. And me and all my friends are like, how? What the fuck? Well, they weren't wearing panties. That's another heated debate. Okay?
Panties versus no panties?
In leggings, yeah. Okay. And this is probably going to be really hard for some guys to hear because
I think it's great.
girls don't. This is news to me. I played collegiate volleyball. I played volleyball since I was in 6th grade, pretty much year round until college. I always wore panties, G-string, thong, whatever, under my spandex.
Yeah.
Because there were so many tournaments where you would go, where you'd watch a girl dive and her pants would come off and you see her coochie. or spandex would rip and you see a butthole. Like there's a lot of, so I learned at a young age, I was like, you know what, we're just going to keep an extra little coverage. We're just going to get a little extra little tissue paper, little separation.
Right.
And then now that I'm older, like when I was at work, when one of my friends was like, oh, I'm going to try some clothes on. Oh, I'll wait until tomorrow. I was like, no, just go try it on right now. And they were like, I'm not wearing panties. And I was like, but you ain't wearing panties. What do you mean you ain't wearing panties? You're in sweatpants. What do you mean you don't have panties on? So it was this huge fucking debate. Some girls don't ever wear panties ever unless they're in a denim jean for friction.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? There are some girls who only wear panties when they work out. There are some girls who don't wear panties when they work out. And then you got a bitch like me, I just been wearing panties all the time.
Yeah.
And all these girls are like, no, one of my friends was like, you got to practice. So if you're out there and you've never tried panties without your little soft, snuggly leggings, the girl was like, go home and practice. She goes, go home, just wear some leggings at home without panties in them. See how you like it. It's just, it's uncomfy just thinking about it.
Yeah, it is a little weird. Like, I always have to have like underwear.
Mm-hmm.
And when you don't, it's just because your areas aren't used to that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a different vibe.
I mean, sometimes I do sleep completely naked. That's not bad.
That's kind of
sometimes
nice.
it's free.
Although I'm always like worried that
There's going to be a fire. You're going to have to leave.
But also, you know what? If I saw somebody run out of their house and their whole shit was on fire, I'd be
and
like,
they were butt naked.
I'd be like, that's fair. Can I help you? Instead of like, what is this idea that you're going to run out and there's going to be a fire and everyone's going to be like, ha, 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 your house caught on fire and there's your dick and balls.
Yeah, you sleep naked. We all know you sleep naked now.
Yeah, I always just find that interesting. That was Greg's you always like, I don't like sleeping naked because he's like, what if there's a fire? And I'm
I
like,
could
who gives a
understand
shit?
maybe if you were in an apartment complex. Like if you were in like a high rise, sure, don't sleep naked.
But even then,
But
like,
if you're just like, if
I'm
you're
in a
just
high rise, I
allowed to
make good
sleep,
money. Like, I deserve to sleep with no underpants on,
Yeah,
I guess.
gotta breathe.
But a lot of people, I don't know. Some people like it, some people don't. It's just what you like, really.
What about the boxers that have the little cup for your balls?
Ooh, there's a couple of places that have those. I like it, and then I don't like it.
What is it?
It's
I can't, as a woman.
It's not.
I can't even fathom.
Okay.
What it would feel like to have two little golf balls like wrapped in silly putty.
So there's not like a extra area. It's basically there's the underpants, and then there's these two tiny flaps.
Oh no, I was talking about what it's like to have balls.
Oh. Yeah, little kidney beans.
Yeah. And they're just suspended?
Yeah, but you don't think about it.
I know,
They're
I
just
like
there.
them.
They're just there. It's just like, do you think about your earlobes all the time?
No, but now that you said that, I'm suddenly hyper aware of my earlobes.
Everyone's aware of their earlobes. You know what I mean? Like after a while, your body doesn't go like, hey, there's fucking balls down here. Your body just forgets about it.
Oh, yes, that's true.
And I think the reason why, like men's stuff has to temperature regulate. I'm doing this. But that's why, because the balls will actually go up and down. Yeah, they'll. So when, if you get in water, it sucks them in, right? Because it doesn't want them to be too cold. So the baby making stuff happens inside the ball sack, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And so if it gets too hot, that's not good. And if it gets too cold, it gets not good. And so basically
your testicles have a Best By date,
Yeah.
and they have to be temperature regulated.
Yeah. Have you ever seen a ride, like even the one in like where it's like you're in like a little mushroom and you go up and down? It's at like the fair. Have you ever seen those where it just kind of drops you down? They have one at California Adventures. It's like
Again,
that.
I forget people
It's
don't
like that
watch
with-
the video and they only listen. I am just absolutely fucking gobsmacked.
It's like that, but for your balls. So your body basically regulates, and it'll let them drop out. You know what I mean? Drop down.
I can't be
and
the
then
only
they'll go,
girl listening to this right now that had absolutely fucking no idea that
Yeah.
was a thing.
So when they talk about shrinkage and Seinfeld, it's because the body is trying to protect everything, and so it sucks it all in. So when you do tucking, okay, so I'm gonna blow your mind. Okay, so do you know when they talk about tucking in Drag Race?
Yes.
They pull the dick back, which I don't quite understand. I've never gotten that because I don't have enough to pull behind my asshole. You know what I mean? But some people do. They're like they just like they pull it all the way in the back, which is crazy. But the balls.
Okay, hold on. Not everyone is up to speed. Okay, Ryan is now jumping into the topic of tucking to look like you don't have anything. So like drag queens, or
Drag
maybe
queens
if you're
tuck.
just experimenting at home by yourself on a
Some
Saturday by
people
yourself.
like to talk. Well, and I don't know exactly how they talk, but
Correct.
So basically, so if a man ever has to get a physical, this is the wildest shit. Okay, so if you ever have to get a physical, how do I explain? Okay, so you have the top, so you have your dick area, right? The dick. Above that is, where all the pubes are. Okay, so that is a
place where you like to go like this and snag
the forehead area.
Copy.
So that is a compartment. I'll get there. Hold on. Okay, so you have second story.
I feel like we should have like a drawdown
Yeah.
so you can be like,
Okay, so you have the
right here we have the shaft,
Yeah.
and underneath we have the balls here, and then up here is the compartment. So you tuck and you fold back, and then you.
Yeah.
And
It's
take-
kind of like, have you ever been in a van that has that little area above the seats of the car? Okay, so
I like almost don't want this to be a video series because I'm fucking
okay, hold on. So you have the top part, then you have the dick, and then the balls. Where when you go to get a physical, when guys have to get physicals, it is wild.
Is that the cough?
The cough, yeah. Okay, so a lot of people think they hold your balls and cough, but what they're doing is checking for a hernia. So above the dick, what they do is they stick their finger up the ball sack, and there's a little compartment like right behind where the pube area is. And if you have a hernia, they can feel it because it herniates in there. And so they they go up in the ball sack area, and it doesn't hurt or anything.
Is this another come here moment?
No, it doesn't. There's no sexual thing. It's just that. So that's where your balls go. So when it gets really cold, the guy's balls they suck up into that little compartment. So they're almost like above or like right behind the dick. Like they're peeping out, watch somebody take a shower or something. But yeah, that's where they go. I mean, and some people don't go all the way up there. So it's wild. So when people go in and have to get a physical, the doctor like stuck his finger up into this area and he goes, cough. And I was like, ugh. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, that's where, okay, now I could have been molested by this doctor, but this is what he told me when I went in. This is what happened.
Is this like a Friends moment where he gets his leg measured?
Oh,
and
yeah. He goes and then they
wiener
move it over.
and then he moves it back.
Yeah. No, but this is apparently what happens. They check because I guess that's where people herniate a lot is right back there. You can get it in your stomach. I had a umbilical hernia, but a lot of people get it kind of right in that upper area. It gets really thinned out. Or
what
something.
The fuck?
Yeah. So when people tuck, I believe you put your balls up in that little compartment.
In the little attic, in grandma's attic.
Yeah, and then you pull your dick back. And so that's when they go, you have to suck it up and then tuck. But I did not know that for the longest time because I was like, what do you do with the balls? And you plop them up into the little,
Yeah, because when you watch them do on RuPaul's Drag Race, when they do the makeover challenge, it's always amazing to just hear, the hysteria of like, you want me to do what with what?
Yeah, yeah. And then some guys can just push their dicks in. The dick will just go it'll just go back in on itself. And some people can't, and then they have to pull it.
And you think period stuff is wild, bitch?
Well, I mean, not everybody has to tuck their balls, but that's like what happens.
But you could.
They they kind of suck up into the
I don't know
the
what
body.
I thought. I don't know what I thought it was.
Yeah.
Seinfeld. So like Seinfeld, I was born in '90s.
Yeah.
So when I watched that shrinkage, when I learned about that, I was like younger than 10.
But the dick just literally just poop.
Correct.
Like it just sucks in on itself.
Little BB.
Yeah.
Little
and it'll go back inside because it
Like a
wants to be
button.
warm. Yeah. I mean, you think about it, it's just fleshy
Bitch.
shit. You know what I mean? So like the body is like, if you're in cold water for too long. I feel like
you're kind of ruining dicks for me right now.
No, I think this will be more next time you're hanging out with your boo, you can just say, hey babe, can I put your balls up into your little storage area and see what he says? This is just for me. You write in, let me know if I'm crazy. But this is what, when I did my physical, this is what they had to do. And I got several physicals.
Maybe you're just that cute to where every doctor just wants to feel up behind your gooch.
I know.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, what a nice job that is. And you're just like, hey, how's, you know what I mean? You're just a doctor and you're like, I gotta fucking put my...
Correct.
Oh, and then...
Hey, can I be a doctor? But the one thing I don't want to do is I don't want to do the little Gucci Gucci.
Yeah.
Gucci.
I always find it funny when I go to get like butthole stuff and they have to do like swabs, or sometimes you get STD tests and they do like a butthole swab and they're always like, okay, you're about to do the... And I'm like, oh, really? This tiny fucking Q-tip's really going to fuck me up, you know? Although... I did have to do the pee hole ones back in the day. You don't have to do pee hole ones anymore, but they used to have to do a Q-tip in the pee hole. This is getting a little much. So you fast forward if you're uncomfortable with this, but this is my life and what I used to have to do. But yeah, they would do a Q-tip in the dick hole, in the piss hole, if you want to be scientifically accurate. And that was not great because it's dry, you know, and they got to go in there and they got to spin it a bit. And then they take a petri dish and they go like, la, 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 and then you check, make sure you got STD or not. But they don't do that anymore because now they can do it with pee, and they basically take that first little bit of urine that comes out and that will basically do the same thing. But I remember it's funny because my friend Dave, I took him in to get STD tested. He's straight, but I guess his girlfriend had something or whatever. Mm-hmm. This is like the funniest shit in the whole world too. So we go down to the Multnomah County Health Department downtown. And that's where I'd always go to get the STD, STI testing and stuff. And so I was like, okay, well, if you know, to get it for free, you have to say that you're gay. You have to say you had sex with men or whatever, which is fine, you know, because we didn't really like, I don't know, he didn't really have a doctor, and they're really nice, they're really cool people. This was like
Accessibility.
15 years ago,
still.
or whatever. And so we go in and he has to fill out this clipboard and it says circle here if any of these apply. And it's like men that has sex with men. I've been exposed to this, or I share needles, but it just said circle here if any of this applies. He circled that I'm a man and I have sex with men. And I was like, dude, you just have to circle up here if any of these apply. You don't have to circle
Which one? You don't
exactly.
have to identify. Yeah, so you're not like, oh, I share dirty needles with people.
It was so funny. Oh my God.
God bless.
And he ended up not having anything, but I just remember it being really funny.
I mean, that's like, so I have an IUD put in, the non-hormonal birth control. Honestly, I went through so many birth controls, and the non-hormonal one is the best for me. I know it's not for everyone. You know what's really weird? Having a male vagina doctor.
Oh, yeah.
And the only thing I remember was when I went in, because if you get a, I want to say in order to check your IUD, it's an ultrasound. So...
Okay.
The one they did was, I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, it was the inside your coochie. And I got one of these.
There's an inside coochie ultrasound?
Yeah, where they put, it's like a camera that goes like just in a little bit.
Oh, dang.
Just in a little bit. And I got like, he spread my lips and then put it in. And I was like, this is fucking.
Yeah. You're like
was not prepared for that. However, my IUD is absolutely perfect.
How long ago was this?
Many moons ago. Many moons ago. Not ideal. But they told me my ID was picture perfect, and they were like, wow, I wish I could shake the hand of the person who put this in there for you because it's textbook. They're like, wow. I'm so.
And you're like, well, technically you're shaking his hand via my vagina because his hand was in there.
Well, yeah, that's what's
doing
crazy.
A little virtual finger handshake in my coochie.
Yuck.
That's weird. You got to have a little thing in there.
A little thing.
But so do you have a period? Like,
yes. Non-hormonal. Here, this is what is fucking blasphemous to me as a woman. Why do I want to take a birth control that makes me skip my period? My period is the only indicator I'm not pregnant.
Right.
So, doctor, I didn't have a period the last 6 months. I thought it was my birth control. Just kidding. You're 6 months pregnant.
That would be wild.
So certain birth controls, you spot a little bit. You have a little bit of a period. Right. Our mom always told me periods are really good. You want to have them. It's good for your cells to regenerate. It's good for your skin. It tells your body you're healthy. So if you're just consistently skipping it, it's tricking your body into thinking that you're pregnant.
Well, I don't think a lot of people know. I mean, until you told me, I just thought you took birth control, and birth control was like, it was like, okay, here's the period, but I didn't let any of this other shit come through. So.
No, the IUD, it's inserted inside me. And I love mine. I went to Planned Parenthood, donate to Planned Parenthood, support them. They numbed me. They numbed my cervix. I heard horror stories.
Yeah.
I heard horror stories. And my non-hormonal IUD, I want to say is good for like 8 years.
Whoa.
10 years, not in America. So the lady was like, American standards, it's 8 years. In other parts of the world, it's 10.
Dang.
I don't know if I want to keep it in that long, but like, it's nice to know that I have something that, I don't have to have a reminder every day. I really love it. I wish I would have, I don't want to say I wish I would have got this when it first came out because it could have been dangerous and, you got to go through all the trial and error, but getting it when I was, as mid-20s is great. I went through really bad cramps. The non-hormonal IUD is wrapped in copper. As it was explained to me and how my little brain understands it is the copper irritates your uterus and then that's kind of what gives you a period. So you can have really bad cramps. So the first 6 months my body was adjusting to the birth control. I had really bad cramps. It was like real bad, like ibuprofen, heating pad, laying down. It's like electric shocks. It'd be like if your butthole had electric shocks. Yeah. Because sometimes they talk about period pain feels like your butthole. Feels like you got butthole cramps because it's like everything's all just like smushed together over there.
Well, I just don't think a lot of people know that the options. I mean, you just grew up and your mom was like, you don't, I mean, some people didn't even think birth control is like, even people should even be using birth control, which is wild. I want to know where people think all these babies are going to go.
Correct.
It's like, it's just like if you have a bunch of like we had stray cats in our backyard and we would take care of them, and our whole apartment complex like took care of them. But this bitch cat had fucking babies like every 6 months, and we finally caught her and got her fixed. But like, that's too much, too many cats. And everyone's always worried about like, oh, the population is declining or whatever. And there's a lot of people on the planet.
It's not even population.
People shouldn't have to have a baby if they don't want to have a baby.
Exactly.
If I don't want to put my body through that and go through like, we just got a fucking dog and that's a big fucking deal. And like, we decided like, hey, let's adopt this dog. But if all of a sudden somebody dropped the dog off and I was like, damn it. You know what I mean? Like I should be able to go like, hey, I would not like another animal right now because I am stressed the fuck out.
And I was really nervous, and there's bad stigmas for everything. I had a friend that told me she got an IUD put in and she laid on the doctor's table and cried for 20 minutes after they put it in.
Why?
Because they're inserted. So they do the little clamper, they clamp, and they open your cervix and they, have to insert it. I don't know, like
right.
origami, what they're fucking doing in there. But when I went in, I was super nervous, and I went to Planned Parenthood, and I just remember they were just so fucking lovely. And I remember talking to the nurse, and I was super nervous, and I just was like really scared. And the nurse was like, hey, I just want you to know this is 90% of what we do here is insert these birth controls.
Right.
You are in the best hands. And that's why I was like, if you want to go to Planned Parenthood. They specialize in birth control.
Right.
You don't need to see your, physician that works at your local doctor to put your birth control in. Go to someone who fucking does this shit all the time.
Right. Well, my arthritis has always been really bad. I've been getting my blood drawn since I was in first grade all the time. And I always would ask for the small needle. And I don't know if it's a thing or a psychological thing, but they would always tell me, hey, just ask for the small needle. And I guess there's a smaller needle. And so
is that true?
I have no idea. But I would always ask and be like, hey, can I get the small needle? So there was one time I had to get my blood drawn. And I was probably like 8 or 10, and I get my blood drawn all the time. And we were up here at, I think like OHSU or something. And I got a bloody nose. And so they had me lay down on this table. And I guess I was so mad that I just sprayed everybody.
I think I remember hearing that.
Because I didn't want my blood drawn, but they had to like draw my blood or whatever. But I remember my eyes were closed, so I didn't see anything. I just remember I just sprayed everybody because I was so pissed.
Dear God.
But anyway...
there's people out there and they tell that story.
Probably.
They're telling that story. What was the worst day you ever had? They're like, oh, the time this little kid cried and sprayed
us with blood. I'm
it's
really
not
sorry.
Blood.
Hey, if you're that person that was helping, write in. I'll give you a free high five.
Yes.
So I would always ask for small needles. And I remember one time when I was in Oklahoma or something, I was like, hey, can I get the small needle? And the lady was like, why? And I was like, I don't know. I was just always asking him. She's like, well, you're an adult. Why do you need a small needle? And I was like, that
sounds like you're bad at your job.
And I remember that was like one of the first times I was like, damn, bitch, like, what the fuck? Why are you so mean? But that's all. But yeah, so anyway, like, it just depends on who you get, what doctor. Like, if you don't like your doctor, find a good doctor.
Correct.
We talked about this before. Like,
talk to your friends.
Find somebody that you vibe with, that you can talk to about sexual health, all these things. Because like, you don't have to go to a shitty person. You know what I mean? Even if you have to drive, even if you travel, like, find a good doctor.
But also, I was going to say, your friends don't always know. So when I was talking to people about birth control, everyone talked about IUD. So the misconceptions with IUD is, period or no period, whatever. The biggest thing with the IUD, aside from cramps, is the fucking mystery of the little fucking string. Because an IUD is a little T, right? It's a little teeny thing. But they have the anchor cord that's literally, that hangs, so they leave it so that when they go to pull it out, they can go beep, and that shit pops out. I'm sure it's more medical than that.
Well, how far up is the...
I mean, as I'm told, it's like belly button.
Oh.
It's like...
Oh, it's way up there?
Yes.
So when your boyfriend's not eating you out, you're not having a Lady in the Trap moment? A little spaghetti?
I thought you were gonna ask if like a guy can feel it with the tip of their dick, which that's what I was gonna. That's the big misconception is whether or not a guy can feel this string. So I've had guys be like, oh, I fuck my girlfriend. I can feel it. Nah. Okay, wait. In all fairness, my Pete Davidson.
He might be able to feel it. What if he had a really strong, like,
no, he can't.
piss hole grip?
Can
he
you
was just
stop?
like, ha! Oh my God.
So I don't even remember what I was talking about.
You were talking about your Lady in the Tramp moment.
You were talking about my Lady in the Tramp moment.
That is weird. I didn't realize IUDs had that little string.
So they leave the little string. And so when I talked to the lady, the doctor, I was like, hey, I'm a slut. I want to make sure that, like, whoever I'm having sex with, the whole reason I'm getting this in here, the whole reason we're getting this little thing nestled up in here so I can have a ton of sex. Right? So, like, let's make sure it's all copacetic and it's all good for the good. It's all for the cause. And I remember she was like, this is what it feels like. And she, like, had the example. And it's like, not even dental floss, not dental floss, not even clear fishing wire, not even like the stretchy shit you use to make like a candy bracelet you take to a rave. Like, it's medical, so small. And she goes, and over time, she goes, it softens because it's
just hanging
in
out.
your little moist area.
That's fair.
So she let me feel it. And she was like, I'm going to take really good care of you. I remember feeling when she could cut it, because they have to bring it in there and they cut it. And she's like, I'm going to leave this long enough so we can, pull it out. But she's like, it should not be anything that messes with your sexual. I can't feel it. There are certain times in certain positions where it does feel like I'm getting a little.
Oh, the IUD.
Yeah, I'm just getting a little. It's either the IUD or he's in my stomach. We'll just go with whatever.
Yeah, I'll get that because the butthole has a little shelf. It's like a little right turn. You know what I mean?
What other storage compartments are there in the body?
There's
I don't
a lot.
know about it.
No, okay, so the butthole goes up and then it makes like a right turn. You didn't know that? Why
would I know that?
If you looked at any type of like medical book, you've seen the big fucking
Ryan, we just
thing.
saw Babies of Color for the first time.
It's like a big question mark
in textbooks.
Okay, so
I don't think textbooks they're accurate.
Yeah. Well, okay, so you have your small intestine, which is like 30 feet or whatever, right? And that's just like all up in the middle area. And then you have the big, no, wait, it goes this way. You have the large intestine, and then it goes down into the shitter. So you have a little colon area, and then it like right turns, and then it goes, you know what I mean? But like every so often, if you were somebody with like really big dick, whatever, it's like it just kind of hits that area. And like, I don't know, there's ways that I guess you, as a gay man, you get around that, or like people that take fists and stuff that go in like really far, like eventually you get it. So it just like is, but yeah, sometimes I'm like, like I need like those like airline neck pillows. I need one of those around their dick so it doesn't go in all the way.
Oh, bitch.
You know what I mean? Like a little spacer. Cause like,
okay.
fuck.
You want to talk about that? Pete Davidson. Fuck, I'm sorry. My boyfriend said that tequila makes the blood rush to a certain area.
Oh, right.
Right? Confirmed.
Well, I think Amy...
It is... No. It's confirmed. Because I needed a little spacer. Because if you want me to be honest, his dick was a fist bigger than normal. Why? Because I needed a little fucking spacer because I was choking on half of it.
I'm very confused at that statement.
His dick is very big.
Yes.
When he drinks tequila, his dick is bigger than normal.
Wait, no, tequila dick is when it's soft.
That's whiskey dick.
Oh.
Whiskey dick is where they can't fuck. Tequila dick,
really?
As so I have been explained and experienced. My throat walls have fucking experienced, bitch. I was. Oh God! And like I was just talking to my manager today about
having a Lady in the Tramp
podcast.
moment.
I'm sucking his dick after this crazy thing happened that I'm gonna fucking get into, and I was choking on half of it, and I just was so confused, and I was like, "What is going on?" And he's like, "I told you, like tequila does that to me."
Interesting.
And then I got fucked.
Then you got wrecked. Yeah, that's a nice segue.
So, certain alcohols apparently affect you in certain ways, aside from just tequila making people like a raging asshole.
Right.
But I guess this is a good, good segue into. So basically, the start of this tequila dick was we got kicked out of a bar. Like we were forcefully given our check at 5:15 p.m. We were in the restaurant. We were in the bar for 45 minutes. We got there a little after 4. We ordered happy hour. We sat at the bar. The 2 bartenders were really nice, made us semi-okay margaritas.
Right.
We ordered our food because we were starving. Bartender comes back, takes our drink order, brings us our drinks. Food comes out right after that.
Right.
So there was a bartender who used to work there, and we exchanged numbers about a month before I met my Pete Davidson. And when that bartender finally reached out to me to see if we wanted to like hang out or go on a hike or whatever, I very quickly said, hey, I don't want to ghost him.
Right.
So in my head, I was like, I want to do right by, this guy I'm dating. And it's just something I recommend doing. Don't ghost people.
Right.
And I basically said, hey, I just want to let you know, like, I value your time. I met someone, the connection with them is super strong. I'm giving them all my attention. I wish you the best. And this bartender wrote me back like, I'm so happy for you. I got the fucking receipts in case you want to fucking try me. All right. I got the fucking receipts. So what's so irritating is they're like, hey, don't ever stop coming into my bar.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
You're a great person. Hey, don't ever stop coming into my bar. I'm like, dope.
Right.
That's it. We don't ever talk. Now, Pete Davidson and I have been in and out of this, bar on a couple times, run over for happy hour.
That's really nice. We used to go there all the time. It's one of our favorite places.
Yeah, you just pop in and it's super, super cute. And we weren't even like fucking canoodling. I didn't have my tongue in his mouth. I don't know what the fuck happened. Home Slice clocked in at 5. Wasn't even fucking bartending. Was running food.
Right.
I get up to go to the bathroom. I see another bartender who, God bless him, Aquarius. I went through every fucking astrological sign before I finally figured out he was an Aquarius. And I was like, really? No, that's not really great for like an Aquarius. I really wasn't on his good side after that. But he was like, hey, nice to see you. I was like, oh, nice to see you. I go pee. I go sit down. And when I go sit down, the dude who told me don't ever stop coming into my bar brings my check over, brings mine and my boyfriend's check over. And he's just kind of playing on his phone, watching the basketball game. We're just shooting the shit. We had been there 30 minutes. And he walks over and he goes to set my check down. I look at him. I'm like, hey, I have come in a couple times. I can't seem to get your schedule right. And he looks me dead in the face and he says, you make me uncomfortable. You make my staff uncomfortable. Never again. Bitch, we done been here fucking 30 minutes. Who's uncomfortable for what?
Never again. For what?
So then I was like, are you being serious? And he goes, yes. Slides my check forward and goes, never again. And turns around and walks away. This motherfucker wasn't even my server. His name wasn't even the name on my check. So my question is, as someone in the industry, did I just get 86 from a bar? Like, did I just get 86 and I'm never to come back? Was that what never again means?
Well, like, first, we're not even given an explanation of what's going on. You're not even given a warning of like what.
There's no
what
warning.
happened.
We're sober.
You're basically
not. You're one. I feel so bad that he has to feel so fucking small and insecure about himself because it felt very personal.
Yeah,
there was no
like,
context.
hey, I texted you. You told me you got a boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're bringing that guy in here and like.
Get over it.
I'm sure he was over there steaming like, oh, that bitch. Oh, and she brought in a new guy. She didn't want to go on a date with me.
I'm so sorry. You think you're main character enough to where I'm literally doing stuff to piss you off.
And you're just hanging out and he's like, I can't believe
But that's exactly what happened. So I got up to go to the bathroom, came back, and he probably just thought I was fucking just like, I'm there to have a good time with my boyfriend. Like, the food is not that great. Like, you're just investing too much and you're reading too much into it, right?
Yeah.
And that makes me feel really bad because I try to live my life with goodness. I don't want you to think I'm out there. I'm not living my life for you. I'm so sorry that you feel fucking insecure.
It blows my mind when people get like that butthurt. It's like, Well,
hold on. So he slides me the check and I turn and look at him and he goes, what just happened? Who is that guy? And I go, that's my friend. We just got kicked out. And he goes, are you being serious? And he starts laughing. And I'm like, no, I'm being serious. He starts laughing and I'm like, no, we're getting kicked out. And he's kind of laughing. And then we watch him like go back into the kitchen because you're not a fucking bartender tonight.
right.
So sorry, you don't get to do the job you want to do. You got to actually fucking work hard and run around all night, and you can't just stand here and fucking flirt with all the girls at the bar. Oh, It's so sad. So then I look at my Pete Davidson. I go, babe, can you pay this check so we can go?
I would have been like, can you bring over a manager or something?
But okay, so
that's
that
what
was,
the fuck
but that
I would've
was
done.
the next step. And the only reason why I didn't want to was, one, as a woman, I felt so fucking intimidated and uncomfortable by the eye contact, the body language. Everything was very uncomfortable.
Right.
There was no explanation. You could have said, hey, XYZ, blah, blah, blah. I'm giving you a warning, whatever.
Right.
Or if I fucking hurt your feelings, you could text me. You have my fucking number still.
But even then.
If you were shy, if you were shy, you could have texted me from the kitchen and said, hey, I have to work. This is really hard for me. I'm your fucking friend.
Right.
Well, I'm a good person, regardless of
Right.
being your friend, because we're most definitely not what I thought.
Well,
and
yeah. Like, hey.
the next move is, if we got kicked out, why the fuck why were we forcefully given our check when we still had drinks and we still had food?
Right.
If you really, I hope you're fucking listening. If you really wanted to pull the power move.
I'm going to just put this in. This restaurant is called Matador.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's the East Burnside location.
And like, I love that place.
Yeah.
I think it is great. Greg and I want to go all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And like,
that was the first thing that he said when we left. He goes, what are we going to tell Ryan and Greg when they want to go back to Matador?
Right.
So I don't know if I'm forever 86th. He was so intimidating. The couple that sat to our right got up and left. They watched it happen and they got up and left. Because I looked at him and I go, I don't feel like I deserve to be embarrassed.
Right.
I was embarrassed. I was intimidated. And I'm a really confident girl. And the reason why I didn't ask for a manager was his verbiage.
Right.
He said, you make me uncomfortable. You make my staff uncomfortable. Umbrella statement.
Right.
Making me feel like it's going to be one of those things I'm going to ask for the manager. He's going to do a spin and go, hi, I'm the manager on duty. I didn't want to deal with that.
Yeah, that's fair.
So.
Well, and like, I mean, I would just reach out, talk to whoever the owner is.
Don't worry.
And,
Don't worry.
Because like,
don't worry. Irons are in the fire for this one. This will absolutely be rectified.
It's just, I don't know.
Because here's the thing.
You're a paying customer.
If I really made you uncomfortable, as a patron, I've never worked at a place where we have never given someone a reason as to why they had to leave. Right. Hey, you're making my bartenders uncomfortable. That's who?
Please
Who's
put your titty back in.
Correct.
Please, hey, your shorts your outfit is, or you're too loud.
We ran through every scenario, and it could have either been a past instance where him and I went in there and canoodled, but the argument is, why were we served and forcefully given our check a half an hour? We had food still. We still had food. Our drinks had 3 drinks. So basically, we slammed our drinks. Obviously, I just got embarrassed, so I'm not going to eat anything else.
Right.
And then he pays the check. We still tip 20%, and we walk home, and he fucked the shit out of me. So, joke's on you, my guy. I hope making $10 an hour is really great.
Yeah.
The biggest thing was, if you want to flex on someone, if I'm flexing on you and I'm kicking you out of my bar, hey, your check's on me tonight. Get the fuck out of my bar. Why did we pay our check? Why am I paying my check?
I'd have been like, bye, bitch. Fuck you. I mean, and also, I haven't been kicked out of a place before.
Do you know how many people I've told this story that have talked about how belligerently drunk or fucked up or overly sexual to their girlfriend?
Yeah.
My friend I told this story to said that a boy ate her out under a fucking table and they didn't get kicked out of a bar.
Right.
I have worked at bars where I have waited on ex-boyfriends there with dates.
Right.
My guy, get over your fucking feelings. It's your job.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
and the thing that is so frustrating, and I spoke with my friend who has been the general manager of a gazillion restaurants, and I love her to death. And she asked me the hard questions. She was like, did you comment on someone's ass? Did you do anything? And I'm just on the other side of the phone, bitch, it's me. No.
Yeah.
My dad was an executive chef. I don't take this lightly. And as a guest, I felt incredibly intimidated.
Well, and then just not even getting an explanation. Hey, Alexa.
Because you can't give me a reason. Hey, I wanted to date you. You're bringing your boyfriend in. I want you to leave.
You're doing all this. Yeah, you're having a good time in front of me.
Oh, boo. And we didn't even.
You're having a good time in front of me.
We had a couple pecks.
Even then, you're allowed.
Yeah, you're absolutely allowed.
Fuck that guy.
Well, it's just really disappointing.
Well, no, fuck him. But like, obviously, you need some coaching. You need, you need to.
No, what that means is you're fucking so hot tempered. You should not be in any form of power.
Well,
you should be hosting. You should be seating
Right.
people. You should not be in
Right.
control of anything.
Right.
If your judgment is that, you have no rationale. If that is if you're gonna break just by literally seeing me. So basically, when I woke up, he said it very much could have been like my outfit or.
But even then, like, I mean, like, that doesn't make any sense.
Nothing makes
sense. And you
sense.
could tell somebody, hey,
and I was like,
we're not going to have you in. Because, like, here's the thing. Like, if you're discriminating over anything, you can't do that.
But at a restaurant, literally, you can kick people out for whatever.
Right.
I would just hope that there would be a little bit of justification as to why. And you know what? If it's me
But can you just kick somebody out for no fucking reason?
But if it is me and I made you feel uncomfortable
Right.
and I made your staff feel uncomfortable, why would you not want me to know what the instance was?
Right.
But I've never been belligerently drunk. Like, that's just what's so blasphemous. And that's why, literally,
It's the afternoon.
my Pete Davidson is the fucking best. And I hope everyone can find someone who makes them feel so loved in a
Right.
situation where I felt so uncomfortable. You know what he did to me when we went home? Well, you know what he said to me when we got home? We were talking about the bartender. He said, it felt really personal. And he goes, you know what, at the end of the day, I'm going home to fuck her, dude. I'm going home faster. Oh, hey, my dude. Thank you for making her feel so uncomfortable because I just ate her out for an hour and then we fucked. And then we drank a bunch of tequila at home because your drinks are fucking watered down and too expensive. So
No, that's crazy.
It sucks because I value inclusivity so much that you're not going to give me an explanation. Like
It seems very personal.
It's very
and
petty.
you just can't go around kicking people out for no fucking reason.
Correct. Because I'm sure the owners of the restaurant who
They'd
I
be like,
inadvertently,
why are we kicking this person out?
Why are we watch the camera? Why are we kicking these people out who've been here 45 minutes? And what's fucked up is like, I didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
But I will say, bitch, I'll get kicked out of fucking every bar if I make you feel uncomfortable because I am so fucking into this dude I'm with, and he is so into me. You can just feel the fucking chemistry and it make your dick shrivel up. My guy, peace out. We'll go eat at the we'll go eat at the patio across from fucking your restaurant, and you can watch us canoodle someplace else. My guy, like,
yeah, fuck that, man.
So bizarre. It does make me feel a little like good though because.
It's just weird that somebody would just be that bothered. I mean,
our server had nothing to do with anything. Literally walked over, really puffed his chest up, and like, I'm not the one.
I'd be like, fuck you, bitch. I need to talk to somebody else. Bring somebody else over here. Tell me why I'm getting fucking kicked out.
To be honest, I was about to get that ass, but I respect my dude so much that I don't need to pop off like that. We made way more of a statement, paying our check, tipping 20%, and going home and fucking the shit out of each other than causing some kind of argument or not paying our check and then actually giving him grounds to say, oh, well, I kicked him out because we did everything. We're paying people. Plus, our bartenders were adorable and they made us 2 good drinks. Probably the best drinks we've had there, better than any of the drinks that he made. So it's funny because he laughs and he tips them and when we get home, he goes, hey, yeah, make sure the barkeep gets this and not the fucking busser. It's for the bartenders.
Yeah.
Not this fucking yahoo who just clocked on. We've only been here 45 minutes before he shows up.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they get back to you and, apologize. Just let you know if you can go back. You know what I mean?
Not that I want to go back, but I'd like to know if there's a record of me being 86th from that bar because...
Yeah, just having a reason. And then, I mean, because like we like going there. That's one of our favorite places. And now... fuck Matador, honestly.
Sorry.
I mean, they got good nachos. Their happy hour nachos are good, but also...
And don't worry, we'll circle back. And I'll make sure...
If you're just going to kick a bitch out, fuck you. Nobody go to Matador. Fuck them.
We were there 45 minutes.
Yeah.
We were laughing because we said, you know what? We could just go to the fucking one on 23rd if that's the big thing.
Right.
He also asked if we go back. Like, he is so fucking funny. And he's just like... I got every Saturday off. I'm going to go hang out at that bar top every fucking Saturday. Yeah. Bartending sucks, and I would not want to make anyone feel uncomfortable. But, like, for you to give me no grounds and just kick me out says more about you than it does me.
Yeah, bitch, we got the receipts.
Because my boyfriend still fuck the shit out of me, regardless of whether or not we ate the whole meal or left early.
Well, he ate when he got home.
Yeah, all the time,
Ate
bitch.
that puss.
Yes, all the time, bitch. All the time. It's like, I'm like, get away from me. Stop.
Stop. No.
Stop.
Okay. Just I guess.
Ah!
Well, we learned a lot today. We learned about IUDs.
Testicles.
We learned about where testicles go.
The testicle attic.
The testicle shelf. Yeah. We learned about the butthole bend.
Yeah.
Open up a, I can say a medical book, but go Google. Just type in
No, don't
anus.
Google. We don't Google here.
Just type in like guts. Well, be careful because like, I don't want you to see anything weird. But you look at the butthole. There's a little colon and then a little bend.
Okay, we're going to say don't Google anything, but next time you're at your doctor's office and they got the fucking things on the wall.
Just ask them about the little butthole shelf.
Yuck.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Hopefully there's something for us to cover, but we'll fucking see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
See ya.
Oh, do you have to clap?
Oh, yes. Ooh.
That was a good one.